Hey there, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Quick Bite History Live, where we try to have a little fun with history. We are extra very happy to be here this evening, and this is at our new time. You can catch us live each Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, and of course, all those times in between. Anyway, we are particularly glad to be here tonight because of our trials and tributes over the last week with our hurricane, Helena. Anyway, we actually are broadcasting tonight on Starlink, and we're using a 2-kill flow battery, and that's charged by our little Honda generator. So anyway, we're having to do some special things to come to you live tonight. And tonight we do present 3 different shows in one. That's right, 3 different shows. First, we will roll out our speed painting robots for the 70s TV legends unveiled. Can you guess these classic TV characters? We're looking for the characters, although the actors will come along too. Next, we will present a blast from the past. Can you name these 80s music legends? So that should be fun. And then if everybody's still hanging around, we do plan on a special surprise bonus round to close out the evening. So settle in for some serious fun with history. Hey, I see everybody already checking in. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Arena, Jan, Brenda. Hey, what's up? Everybody surviving? Brenda, how'd you do during the hurricane? It got a little breezy, didn't it? Anyway, let's see. Anybody else there? Check in. Please do check in, and I will fire up the first round of robots, and we'll get going. Give me a sec. Here we go. Now, you know the rules. Robots paint. You guess. We start off easy and get harder over time. Now remember, these are 70s TV legends. Can you guess these classic characters? We're looking for the character. This character often sat in his iconic armchair while spouting controversial opinions. Known for his working class background and blunt, sometimes offensive manner. Frequently clashed with his son-in-law, whom he called Meathead. Hey, good for you on getting power, Brenda. We have no sign of power people over in our area. We've got like 3 or 4 poles down and 2 trees over wires, and it's going to take a little work. But we're live. We're live. Kayla, what's going on? Good to see you. Nice to see you here. Everybody got this one? Everybody know who this is? Yeah, exactly. Archie Bunker. Archie Bunker was a symbol of the changing social landscape in America during the 1970s. Anybody remember the actor's name? Anybody know? Going once, going twice. Carol O'Connor. Carol O'Connor was Archie Bunker. This should be fun. Everybody should know most of these. Here we go. Next up. Known for his love of motorcycles and leather jackets. He could fix things with just the snap of his fingers. I don't remember that part. His thumbs up gesture became a cultural symbol of cool. Though he was a rebel, he was protective of his friends at Arnold Diner. There you go. Everybody's getting it. Good job, guys. Good job. I'm not sure the robots hit this painting dead on, but it's not bad, I guess. This greaser was famous for saying, I don't know if I know. Hey, there it is. Hey. That's right. This is Fonzie. Fonzie is one of TV's most iconic cool guys, often steadying the show with his charisma. Fonzie. Everybody remember his real name? How about his, not his real name, but the character's name in the show, other than his nickname, Fonzie? Anybody know? Arthur Fonzarelli. Arthur Fonzarelli. Yes. There you go. Next up. This is a single woman in her 30s. She moved to Minneapolis for a fresh start. That should be enough. Right? I think you should be able to get it from that. She worked as an associate producer at WJM-TV, a local news station. Who knows? Known for her positive attitude despite life's challenges, she threw an unforgettable hat in the air in the show's opening credits. There you go, Brenda. Has it? Famous for being gonna make it after all. Gonna make it after all. Or something like that. Kind of like that. I am not a singer. There you go. Everybody's getting it. This is Ray Tyler Moore's show. However, do you remember her character's name? Who knows her character's name? First name was Mary. Last name, though, is, who knows? Anybody got it? Richard. Very Richard. So, of course. This next one will be a challenge to get the last name as well. Here we go, number 4. This character had a sharp tongue and a strong political opinion. She wasn't afraid to stand up for women's rights and social justice in the 70s. Often at odds with her conservative husband, Walter. She appeared first as Edith Bunker's cousin on All in the Family, one of the first spin-offs. Nope. Incorrect. And we're looking for characters, not actors. Hey, what's going on? Keeps digging. Or do you go by 7? She played by actress B. Arthur, who would later star in another famous sitcom in the 80s. There you go. Mr. 7. Or Miss 7, has it? That's right, this is Maud. Anybody remember Maud's last name? Does anybody have Maud's last name? Who knows? On the show, Maud Findlay. Maud Findlay. How about that? All right, next up, 1970s. We're doing 1970s characters from TV sitcoms. Originally appeared as the neighbor of the Bunkers, another spinoff. He was a successful businessman running a chain of dry cleaners. Zeus is incorrect. This guy is known for his catchphrase, "We're moving on up." We're moving on up. Hitler is also incorrect. This character had a tumultuous but loving relationship with his wife, Louise, who he called Wheezy. Wheezy! Wheezy! Yes. Keep digging. Benson is incorrect. This indeed is George Jefferson. Yes. He became a symbol of upward mobility for black families in America. I'm not sure the robots nailed that painting exactly. What do you guys think? Maybe close. Next up. This character was known for his catchphrase, "Dynamite." Dynamite. You may remember this character. The eldest child in a struggling African American family living in Chicago housing project. An aspiring artist with a knack for getting into trouble. He often clashed with his father, James Sr. There you go. That's not my name, but that is the correct answer. His humor, energy kept his family's spirits up. I'm not sure again. The robots didn't, it's all the way back in the 70s, so these robots are having a little trouble nailing these characters. Anyway, J.J. Evans, JJ, remember? Good times. J.J. Evans' humor, his outlook made him one of the most beloved characters of the 1970s. Did you guys all love J.J.? Yeah, that's the actor's name, J.J. Walker, right? All right, you'll know the next one, I think. Number 7. She worked in a Milwaukee brewery with her best friend, Shirley. I think that should be enough of a clue right there. She was known for her L monogrammed on her sweaters. You know that, like a bowling shirt? She had a tough, no-nonsense attitude, but a big heart. I bet everybody knows this one, right? Yeah, there you go. Very good, Jan. Everybody's getting this one. She was often dragged into wild schemes by her bubbly best friend. This character loved her Pepsi with milk. Now, I don't think I watched this show that many times. I don't know why, but I didn't. But I would have remembered that. Pepsi with milk. Yes. That's not my name, B. Laverne was part of a comedic duo that entertained audiences with slapstick and heart. That's right. Everybody remember her last name? What was her last name in the show? Her character's last name. Anybody remember? Anybody got it? Laverne DeFazio. Laverne and Shirley, of course. Number 8. A single mother working as a waitress at Mel's Diner. These are 1970s TV sitcom characters we're doing tonight. She dreamed of becoming a singer while juggling her demanding job. She often had to deal with her tough boss, Mel. She had a son named Tommy, who was her pride and joy. No, Brenda, not Flo. Anybody remember this show? I'll give you a big clue. The show's name was the character's name. I bet you can get that, right? Who knows? Who knows this one? She was played by Linda Lavin. This character symbolized independence and perseverance. Who knows? Remember? Maybe you don't remember this show. I'm not sure. How many years was this on? You got it, Brenda. Yes, Alice was a character who embodied resilience and determination to make a better life for herself. And nobody's going to know her last name of her character. Alice Hyatt. Alice Hyatt was the character's name. All right, next up, you'll know this one. A fastidious and obsessively clean individual, especially compared to his roommate. He was known for his love of classical music and photography. Everybody's going to know this one. His quirky habits often clashed with his slob roommate, Oscar Madison. Frequently seen using a nasal spray due to his hypochondria. I use a nasal spray occasionally due to my allergies. How about you guys? Odd Couple is indeed the show. Who remembers the character's first and last name? Who knows the first and last name? This character's obsessive-compulsive nature was at the core of the Odd Couple dynamic. The core of the dynamic. Who knows his first and last name? This character right here. Jack was the other guy, Jack Lemmon, but this was Felix Unger. Felix Unger was the neat half of the iconic mismatched roommates, providing endless comedy in the clash of opposites. Odd Couple, yes. All right, let's see you get the next one. A witty and sarcastic surgeon stationed in Korea during the war. I bet you know this one. Everybody's gonna know this one. Known for his distaste for authority and love of martinis. He's often seen wearing Hawaiian shirts, even in the middle of a war zone. That's right. I should do not his back. And that is the actor's name, but we're looking for the character's name tonight. We appreciate the actor's name as well. And the show is good too, MASH. That's correct. But who remembers the character's name? Who remembers the character's name? Nobody? I bet you do. I bet everybody gets it. This is one last chance. Going once, going twice. Yes. Hawkeye is correct. Hawkeye Pierce. Hawkeye Pierce was his last name. You're not going to get many of the last names, but that would be awesome. Hawkeye Pierce was beloved for his humor and humanity amidst the backdrop of the Korean War. All right, we're halfway home with characters from the 1970s. This is an interesting one. Though his face was never shown, so it's interesting. I don't know how the robots got his face. His voice was instantly recognizable, frequently called Rhoda from the building's intercom system. Often heard talking about his personal misfortunes in a humorous way. He was known for never actually appearing on scene, just being a voice. But if that actor had shown up in a scene, this is what he would look like. Yeah, the MASH show lasted forever, didn't it? Now, who remembers who this is? This is the Rhoda show. Who knows this character on the Rhoda show? This doorman became iconic despite never being physically seen. What was his first name? There you go, Brenda. Good. Brenda got it. Carlton the Doorman was a unique character, adding humor to Rhoda through his disembodied voice. Yes, indeed. Number 12. A student at James Buchanan High School and a member of the Sweat Pods. That should be enough right there. He is often seen struggling with schoolwork, especially math. We're doing characters from the 1970s sitcoms. His goofy charm and clueless remarks made him popular among his classmates. Am I the guy who plays who? His goofy charm and clueless remarks made him popular among his classmates. I told you that already. Famous for his catchphrases like "up your nose with a rubber hose." Do you remember that? Up your nose with a rubber hose. He was played by a young John Travolta before his rise to the movie stardom. So who was the character? And no, it's not Horseshack. Although the robots might have gotten a little bit confused with Horseshack, I think. But no, this looks like somebody else. There you go. Yes, this indeed is Vinnie Barbarino. Vinnie Barbarino was the heartthrob of the Sweat Hogs, known for his humor and dim-witted charm, and of course launched a career for Mr. Travolta. All right, next up, the strict but loving father of a struggling African-American family in Chicago. He worked multiple jobs to make ends meet for his family. Who remembers? Had a strong sense of responsibility and traditional values. And here's the key clue, probably. His relationship with his eldest son, JJ, was often tense due to JJ's laid back and lazy attitude. Who remembers who this is? You remember the show? Good Times. Good Times was the show. He's known for his booming voice and stern but fair demeanor. Stern but fair. Stern but fair. Anybody remember? What was the guy's name? I actually gave it to you in the earlier clue when we were talking about Mr. J.J. Walker himself. This is indeed James Evans Sr. James Evans Sr. represented the tough, hardworking father figure trying to keep his family afloat during hard times. And again, from the show Good Times. Okay, next up. I think the robots struggle with this painting, so you might want to listen to the clues. A young Chicano mechanic who worked in an old garage. Young Chicano mechanic. Often clashed with grumpy owner Ed Brown, but had a close bond with him. He is known for his humor and optimistic outlook on life. There you go. That was that one. You guys got that one fast. This character had a way of charming everyone, including Ed with his good nature, and he was played by who? There you go. He was played by Freddie Prinze. Freddie Prinze, he became a symbol of Latino representation on television. I guess he did. Chico, as many of you got, Chico was a groundbreaking character in representing Latino culture on mainstream TV in the 1970s. Chico and the Man. Yes. Freddie Prinze. How about that? You forget about some of these things, don't you? Yeah. I'm not sure the robots nailed that one. And good luck with the next one, because I think they're a little off on the next one, too. But follow the clues. A short and rude, abrasive dispatcher for a New York taxi company. Often insulted the drivers working under him, but had a strangely likable personality. He's known for his sarcastic quips and devious behavior. Yeah, you guys have a bunch of Freddie Prinze trivia. Very good. There you go. Super Poppy makes an appearance on the scene. And I shit you not. As the actor, played by Danny DeVito, this character was unforgettable despite being highly unlikable. Highly unlikable. That's right. It is. You guys have it. Louis De Palma. Louis De Palma was the ultimate anti-hero, delivering biting humor in every episode of Taxi. Anti-hero. I like that. And again, I'm not sure the robots got this one exactly, right? Am I right? I don't know. I think the next one, though, they do very well with. And again, we're doing characters from 1970 sitcoms tonight. So this gentleman is a calm and collected captain of New York City Police Precinct. He is known for managing a quirky and eccentric group of detectives. Who knows? He handled stressful situations with a dry sense of humor. Yeah, you got it. Nice. He is frequently seen in small office managing both police work and personal drama. I don't remember this show. I don't think I watched this show all that much. His no-nonsense attitude was a balanced by compassionate approach to his team. I think you guys all have it. Yeah. Barney Miller. Barney Miller was the glue that held this oddball police precinct together, making him a TV staple of the 1970s. We love those TV staples of the 1970s. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody post-hurricane. We're still getting over to here in the upstate. Thank goodness for Starlink. Next up, a mild-mannered hardware store owner and father of two. Known for his patient and understanding nature, especially with his rebellious son, Richie. Those rebellious sons. Often gave fatherly advice to both his family and their friends. I think everybody knows this one. Yeah, Hal Linden. That's good there. Yeah, this is. You got it. This is Mr. C. Everybody remember Mr. C's first name? The show's iconic family man had a fatherly relationship with Fonzie as well. He was played by Tom Bosley. His character was the epitome of the wholesome dad. What was his first name, though? I don't see the first name up there yet. Who's got it? Hey, India. What's up? Well, back from the upstate, South Carolina. Ah, there you go. Alfredo. Howard Cunningham represents the ideal 1950s suburban dad in Happy Days. Okay, we've only got 3 left in this category, so here we go. The bumbling and clueless landlord of this apartment where the main characters live. He's known for his outrageous wardrobe, including bright-colored leisure suits. I do remember this show very well. Who wore the bright-colored leisure suits? Who knows? He tried to act tough, but was easily intimidated. This character was played by the legendary comic actor Don Knotts. Who's the character we're looking for? Manager of the apartment. There you go. Mr. But what was his... Does anybody remember his first name on the show? His character's first name? Not Mr., although Mr. was often used. Yeah, Don Knotts is the actor. But who remembers the full character name? First name? I don't think they used it that much. It was mostly Mr. Furley, right? Going once. Going twice. Not a Tom. Not a Dick. Not a Harry. It's a Ralph. Ralph Furley. How about that? I don't remember that much either. Ralph Furley brought slapstick and goofy charm to the dynamics of Three's Company. 2 more. This guy was an alien from the planet Orc and came to Earth to observe human behavior, frequently using the phrase nanu nanu. Nanu nanu. Nanu nanu. I don't think I got that any of those times. Nanu nanu. He wore a silver spacesuit with a red uniform over it. But yes, indeed. And I don't need a first or a last name on this one. Very detailed answer there. Yo. You all. That's right, Mork. This is Mork, played by Robin Williams. His character launched Williams' career in comedy. Mork became a household name for his outlandish antics and endearing confusion about human customs. Did everybody watch this show quite a bit? I don't know that I watched it that much. This was ABC, right? Or am I wrong about that? ABC? Wow, that's detailed, Alfredo. All right, last one in the category. Maybe the hardest. A wealthy and self-absorbed woman who was at the center of a wildly dysfunctional family. She's known for her constant infidelity and naivete. How about that word? Naivete. I think I nailed that. Naivete. And the robot's kind of messed up her teeth. I'm not sure. Who knows this one? Her family was involved in bizarre and over-the-top soap opera-like drama. There's a key clue. But it is a sitcom from the 1970s. There you go. You got the show. Who remembers the character's name? Who's got the character's name? She had a complex love life with multiple entanglements. Played by Katherine Hellmond. This is Katherine Hellmond. She became an icon of the 1970s satire. Who remembers the character's name from the show Soap? The show was Soap. This was Jessica Tate. Jessica Tate's character was the embodiment of over-the-top satire and a soap opera parody soap. All right, how'd you guys do on that category? It seems like you all did pretty well. The last one was hard though, right? Am I right? All right, well, we do have another category coming up. This next one's going to be Blast from the Past. Can you name the 80s music legend? So give me 1 second to load up that video file. Just takes me a second. And I fire up the robots, give them a little oil, and we send ourselves marching along the way. Now, remember, our robots do the painting, you do the guessing. I give a few clues along the way. We start off easy, we get harder. So here we go. 80s music legends. This legend started as the youngest member of a family music group. He was known for his extraordinary dance moves, especially the moonwalk. I think we'll all know this one. His album Thriller became the best-selling album of all time. All time. There you go. Everybody's going to get this one, I have a feeling. I think you'll get these, Kayla. I think you'll get these. Famous for his iconic single glove and red leather jackets, nickname as the King of Pop. That's right, everybody's getting this one. It is indeed Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson defined the 1980s music scene with his revolutionary style and performances. I think the robots did pretty good. Did pretty good with this one. Okay, remember they're going to start kind of easy, and we'll try to make them a little harder at the end. Although you guys probably know all your 80s musicians, right? Probably. All right. Next up. Known for constantly reinventing her image and pushing boundaries. Early in her career, she was known for her distinct style of layered clothing and religious imagery. That's true. The layered clothing was weird, and the religious imagery was weird. That's right. Told you they start easy. Her hits include Like a Virgin and Material Girl. Robots are hitting this one again, too, I think, pretty well, right? She dominated both music charts and fashion trends in the 1980s. She is often called the queen of pop. How about that? Everybody got it? I see lots of Madonnas. I see lots of Madonnas. Everybody has it. Madonna's influence extended beyond music into fashion and culture, shaping the decade's pop scene. There we go. Sounds like Madonna, right? What, Britney Spears? Britney Spears is called the Queen of Pop? I don't, maybe now. Not then. Next up, this was a multi-instrumentalist known for blending funk, rock, and R&B. Famous for his flamboyant fashion and symbol-like logo. That's right. Here's a key clue. Later changed his name to just a symbol. His song, Purple Rain, became the anthem of the 1980s. Yes, everybody's getting this. I had a feeling you guys would all know the musicians from the 1980s. Right? Known for his unparalleled creativity and mysterious persona. Yes, indeed. His guitar solos and vocal range were legendary. Legendary. That's right, this is Prince. Prince's unique sound and style made him a revolutionary figure in music and culture. And for some reason, my mind's kind of blanking. What was his real name? Anybody know his real name? Can't remember. I don't know why. I used to know that. Oh, right. All right, next up, number 4. I don't know. This first clue kind of gives it away. Maybe I'll just skip the first clue. Known for his blue-collar roots and storytelling through music. His album, Born in the USA, was a huge commercial success. Often wrote songs about working-class struggles. Known for high-energy, marathon-length concerts. I never went to one of his concerts. Anybody who out there went to a Bruce Springsteen concert? No, Ronaldo. Maybe it kind of looks like Steven Tyler, although nobody looks like Steven Tyler, to be honest. He was nicknamed the Boss. Nicknamed the Boss. Everybody got it, right? Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen's music resonated with a generation of Americans looking for hope and perseverance. Prince Roger Nelson. All right, who went to a Bruce Springsteen concert? Did I get any of those out there? Did I get any of those? Nobody? Nobody went to a Bruce Springsteen? Okay, next up, here we go. Number 5, started as a model before turning to music. Her debut album became the best-selling debut album by a woman in history at the time. A lot of clarifications there. Who knows? She's known for her powerful, soulful voice that could hit impossible notes. Impossible, I say. Sang one of the most iconic renditions of the Star-Spangled Banner. Did you know that? Her song, I Will Always Love You, let's get that right, became an all-time classic. I Will Always Love You. That's right. You've got it. You've got it. This indeed is Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston became one of the best-selling music artists of the time, known for her vocal prowess. Vocal prowess. Yeah, they've got a a new Whitney movie, right? Is it dark or is it good? Or is that not the same thing? Could be dark and good, I guess. Known for his chameleon-like ability to reinvent his musical and personal style. How about that? He adopted a series of alter egos, including one called Ziggy Stardust. This indeed is Ziggy. His music blended rock and art pop with experimental sounds. Who knows? Yeah, you guys got this. I think this category is a little too easy for you guys. We do have a bonus round coming up with a little bit harder category, so hang in there. It's a surprise, though. We won't let anybody know. Famous for his androgynous appearance and boundary-pushing fashion, he had hits like Space Oddity and Let's Dance. Now, see, that was kind of my going out dance era, the 80s. So it was after college and I was married in couples, and we would go out dancing, and I remember lots of Bowie being spun up in the discos. Yes. Let's Dance. China Girl, right? David Bowie was a musical and cultural innovator and constantly redefined his image and sound. Next up. This guy was originally the drummer and lead singer for the band Genesis. Genesis, remember that? Known for his distinctive voice and emotive delivery. Emotive delivery. His solo career took off with hits like In the Air Tonight. That is a soulful tune, am I right? In the Air Tonight. I love that song. I love that song. That's right, you guys all know these. He became one of the biggest solo artists of the 1980s with a string of hits. And he's got kind of a distinctive look too, right? I think the Robots kind of got close on this one, right? Okay, everybody knows this, right? Phil Collins. Phil Collins dominated the 1980s charts both as a solo artist and as a frontman of Genesis. Phil Collins, there he is. In the Air Tonight. You guys like that song too? What's your favorite if it's not that one? Phil Collins. Oh, was he on Epstein Island? So they had compromised Phil. That might explain some things. All right, next up. This guy first gained fame as half the pop duo Wham. His breakout solo hit was Faith. I kind of forgot that Wham thing, right? Known for his striking good looks and deep, soulful voice. Who knows this one? There you go. You got it, Stu. Stu's in the house. He became an icon with the 1980s pop hits like Careless Whisper. I don't remember that one. Can somebody sing a few tunes of Careless Whisper? I don't remember that. Well, so, we're talking about musical people, so the whole Diddy thing starts to come up, right? Am I right? His music blended pop with soul and R&B influences. Yes, it did. I think everybody's got this. This indeed is George Michael. George Michael was one of the most successful male pop stars of the 1980s, known for his smooth voice and his charisma. Wham! Next up, almost halfway through the musical folks of the 1980s, she is known for her colorful hair and quirky fashion sense. She had an early hit with the feminist anthem. I can't even give you this clue. It makes it too easy. She's known for her raspy, distinctive voice and punk-inspired style. Punk-inspired style. Oh, you guys are all getting this so fast. Girls just want to have fun, right? Famous for her theatrical and boundary-pushing performances, she won hearts with her powerful ballad, Time After Time. You know, a lot of musicians become famous for their ballads, right? Interesting. Wasn't it even like Kiss or something became famous for their ballads? That was weird. Anyway, yes, this is Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper was a feminist icon of the 1980s, blending pop, punk, and new wave styles in her music. I think everybody pretty much got that one. You all got it. Glad to see everybody playing. Stu, Shih Tzu, Not, Super Puppy, Alfredo, Brenda, Dizzy, Alfredo, Yule, Paige is even in the house with P. Diddy. The flamboyant and charismatic frontman of Queen. Everybody's going to know it from that. Known for his wide vocal range and operatic style. He co-wrote many of Queen's biggest hits, including Bohemian Rhapsody. An anthem for sure. All these people are so well known for their looks and the clues that it's just very easy, isn't it? Famous for his energetic and theatrical live performances. Yes, indeed. His distinctive voice made Queen one of the most influential bands of all time. I think everybody's getting it. I see everybody with the right answer up there. This indeed is Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury is remembered as one of the greatest rock vocalists and performers in history. That's a nice wrap it up. One of the greatest rock vocalists and performers in history. Freddie Mercury of Queen. Yes, indeed. We're halfway home on the musicians of the 1980s. Halfway home. Number 11 coming up. She gained fame as the lead female vocalist of a legendary rock band. Known for her ethereal voice and flowing bohemian-style stage outfits. Boy, those clues are just right on, aren't they? Yes, they are. Her solo hits included Edge of 17 and Stand Back. That's right. Rob's in the house with the first right answer on the board. Super Pappy, sorry. Not Super Poppy, although that'd be okay too. Super Pappy, Alfredo. Her time with Fleetwood Mac made her a rock icon. She wrote some of the band's biggest hits, including Rhiannon. Stevie Nicks became one of the most influential women in rock music, both with Fleetwood Mac and as a solo artist. Yes, indeed. I think the Robots got that painting pretty good, didn't they? Yeah. The White Witch. Yes, indeed. A Shih Tzu glitched. Number 12. She started her career in the 1960s as part of a duo with her then husband. Her raspy voice and dynamic stage presence made her a force in both rock and pop. There you go. Rob's on the board. Released a career-defining album in the 1980s titled Private Dancer. She is famous for hits like What's Love Got to Do With It and her electrifying live performances. I never saw her live. Anybody here see Tina Turner live? Anybody? She was known as the Queen of Rock and Roll. Not the Queen of Pop, the Queen of Rock and Roll. Lives in Switzerland. Cool. We don't need another hero. We do not. We do not. Tina Turner's comeback in the 1980s made her a worldwide sensation, cementing her status as a music legend. Tina Turner. What was her husband's ex-husband's name? Everybody remember Blank and Tina Turner? Who knows? Ike, of course. Next up. This gentleman gained fame as part of the Motown group, the Commodores. Anybody remember the Commodores? That's another one where he used to go out dancing to the Commodores. A little earlier than Prince. Commodores. Brick House. You ever remember when Brick House would come on the disco? Everybody hit the dance floor with the Brick House. He achieved solo success with hits like Hello and All Night Long. Co-wrote the charity single We Are the World. He co-wrote We Are the World. I didn't know that. With Michael Jackson. His easy listening style made him one of the biggest pop stars of the decade. Everybody got it? I see the right answer up there everywhere. Alfredo, I should do not. Stew. and Jan has the actual correct answer. Oh, inside joke. Inside joke. Sorry. We don't need to talk about Vic Revolta. Next up, known as the Piano Man for his early hit of the same name. I bet you'll get this. He wrote songs blending rock, pop, and classical influences. He's famous for hits like Uptown Girl, We Didn't Start the Fire, and It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. It's still rock and roll to me. That's right. Erwin's on the board. Curtis. His music often told stories about working class life and love. His piano-driven rock made him a staple of the 1980s radio. Everybody's got the right answer. This is Billy Joel. Billy Joel's songwriting and piano mastery made him one of the most beloved musicians of the 1980s. Billy Joel. The robots obviously chose a more recent photo. All right, recent picture. Oh, okay, there you go. Billy Joel. Okay, we're all the way up to number 15 now. This is the only one I've got in this whole category that's actually the band versus the individual. I don't know why that is. But this is a British band known for their stylish music and fashion-forward image. Their music blended new wave, synth pop, and rock influences. They are famous for hits like This Is Gonna Give It Away. Their music videos were iconic in the early days of MTV. Oh, Rob's already got it. Hungry Like a Wolf. Hungry Like a Wolf and Rio. Known as one of the biggest bands of the 1980s, often dubbed the Fab Five. Fab Five. That's right. This is the face of Duran Duran. Duran Duran became synonymous with the 1980s, which I guess that's true, right? Thanks to their catchy songs and glamorous image. Yes. Who can name some other 1980s bands that were similar to Duran Duran, right? Quite a few. Quite a few. Who remembers Flock of Seagulls? I like Flock of Seagulls, right? They have the hair going. Definitely. I used to have a little bit of Flock of Seagulls thing going myself. If you can believe that. All right, next up. A band led by a charismatic frontman with big hair, another big hair, and even bigger anthems. He's known for his blend of hard rock and pop melodies. Who knows this? That's right, Iran. Yeah, the Police was good. It wouldn't Pitch Mode, sure. Vandal Ballet, The Monkees? Not in the same. Yeah, you guys are getting this now. Their mix of power ballads and rockers made them one of the biggest acts of the decade. They became the quintessential 1980s stadium rock band. A quintessential word. Who watches Pookie and Jet on TikTok? Quintessential. Am I right? Of course I am. John Bon Jovi's stadium-filling rock anthems made him one of the biggest acts of the 1980s. Bon Jovi. There you go. We got 4 more. She's known for her androgynous look and powerful voice, which helped define the new wave genre. She is part of a successful duo and had numerous hits during the 1980s. The band's most iconic song is Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. She often sported short, bright red or blonde hair and bold fashion choices. There you go. Everybody's getting it, of course. She was the lead singer of the band Eurythmics, a synth pop band that ruled the charts in the 1980s. Yeah, they had some big stuff. Annie Lennox. Annie Lennox became an iconic figure in the 1980s with her striking appearance and soulful voice, leading the Eurythmics to massive success. We have 3 more of the musicians from the 1980s. Legendary musicians from the 1980s. Annie Lennox, Eurythmics, correct. Next up, here we go. This is the sister of a famous pop icon, but she made a name for herself as a solo artist. Her breakthrough album was called Control, and it made her a star in the mid-80s. She was known for her crisp dance moves, and innovative music videos. Yeah, she was all about the music videos, right? Yeah, you guys all are getting these fast. Yes, you are. She released hits like Nasty, Rhythm Nation, and What Have You Done For Me Lately? Oh, everybody's got it. Oh, a wardrobe malfunction. Did the robots catch it? No. Well, kind of. She became an icon of pop and R&B with her mix of empowering lyrics and danceable tracks. Yes, indeed. I think everybody's got it. This indeed is Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson emerged as a trailblazer for women in pop and R&B, creating a unique sound and image. Yeah, she was unique. 2 more. We only have 2 more in this category. Next up, a Canadian rocker known for his gravelly voice and anthemic love songs. That's a word, anthemic. His album Reckless made him a superstar in the 1980s. Reckless. Famous for his hits like Summer of '69 and Heaven. There you go. Stewart's on the board. Good job. Everybody's getting it. Known for his high energy performances and heartfelt ballads. His blend of rock and pop made him one of the most successful solo acts of the decade. Now, the robots have kind of chosen a muscular version. I guess he's always worked out and stuff, right? Do you always wear the kind of short sleeve shirts? Not sure. Yes, Bryan Adams. Correct. Yes, indeed. This is Bryan Adams. His mix of heartland rock and romantic ballads earned him a lasting legacy in music. You guys ready for the last one? And I have a lot of writing to read. A British singer, songwriter, and pianist known for his flamboyant stage presence and distinctive glasses. He collaborated frequently with lyricist Bernie Taupin to create his hits through the 1970s and 80s. Oh, everybody's different. Not Harry Styles. His fashion sense included elaborate outfits and oversized glasses and became his signature. Famous for his ballads including Your Song, Candle in the Wind, and I'm Still Standing. One of the most iconic performances was the song Can You Feel the Love Tonight for Disney's Lion King soundtrack. Did you know that? Did you know that? Again, this is the last musician in our category of legends of the 1980s. Indeed, this is Elton John, and Elton John's unique blend of pop and rock made him one of the most enduring and successful musicians of the 1980s and beyond. And beyond. All right, well, that was pretty fun. Seems like you guys did awfully good at that. You guys, that was kind of like Crocodile Rock, good one. Everybody got more Elton songs? What's your favorite Elton John song? Anybody got one? I kind of like that Daniel song, right? One of those first albums was pretty good. Anyway, I do have one more. I have a bonus round tonight, and it's a key figures of World War II. So a total change of direction and probably a little harder for you folks. So that might be good, right? It might be good for you to have to work a little bit. So let's oil up the robots a little bit. See if they've still got some painting left in them. Maybe load up some paint. And we'll get going on the bonus round. Key figures of World War II. So this first one was born. Oh, I'm going to do this in first person. I was born into an aristocratic family in Britain. Before my political career, I was a war correspondent and an author. I gave powerful speeches and that bolstered my nation's morale during the wartime. I led my country as prime minister during World War II. Remember, they start easy and get a little harder, so count your blessings. You got this first one easy enough. I am famous for my role in rallying the British people against the Nazi Germany with my indomitable spirit and resolve. Winston Churchill is remembered as one of the greatest wartime leaders in history. His leadership, oratory skills, and steadfast determination were crucial in leading Britain through the dark days of World War II. Yes, indeed, Winston Churchill. We got some new people in the house. Good to see you guys. Marco, NASA 21. Jason. Good to see everybody. Hopefully we'll make them a little harder for you. Maybe not the next one. It's a little more fun doing first person. Here we go. I was born into a prominent American family. I served as the governor of New York before becoming president. I led my country both through the Great Depression and World War II. Two good times, right? Great Depression and World War II. I was elected president of the United States 4 times. Rudy G. No, it's not Rudy G. I do see the right answer on the board. You guys are taking a shortcut, though. I think you should have to type out the entire name. I was elected president of the United States 4 times. I delivered the famous Day of Infamy speech after the Pearl Harbor attack. Yes, indeed. This is Franklin D. Roosevelt, often referred to as FDR. So I guess the people that put FDR will accept that. His New Deal policies helped the country recover from the Great Depression, and his leadership during World War II were instrumental in the Allied victory. There you go. Okay, let's start making them a little bit harder. I was born in Georgia, then part of the Russian Empire. I became the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. I led my country through a brutal purging of political enemies. Yes, I did. Oh, you guys are too fast. I played a significant role in the defeat of Nazi Germany on the Eastern Front. I was the leader of the Soviet Union during World War II. Everybody getting it? Yeah, everybody's got it. Papa Joe. Everybody's got Joe. Joseph Stalin was the director of the Soviet Union and one of the most controversial figures of the 20th century. His policies and leadership during World War II were critical in the defeat of Nazi Germany. But his regime was also marked by severe repression and mass atrocities. There you go. Got some good, got some bad. Joseph Stalin. There he is. Robots did pretty good with him. Kind of looks like Brock a little bit, right? Next up, I bet you'll get this one. I was born in Austria and later moved to Germany. I served as a soldier in World War I. I wrote a book outlining my political ideology while I was in prison. I led a political party that promoted Aryan supremacy and anti-Semitism. Look at me. Yes. Talk about an iconic face, right? Everybody knows his face. I was the Führer of Nazi Germany during World War II. Everybody got it? Everybody's got it. Yes, indeed. Adolf Hitler's aggressive expansion policies and genocidal ideology led to World War II and the Holocaust, causing immense suffering and loss of life. His regime's defeat marked the end of one of the darkest chapters in human history. Adolf Hitler. There you go. Hope I don't get banned for that. Shadow ban. Are you allowed to mention Hitler? I'm not sure. Next up, I was born in Italy and initially worked as a school teacher. I founded a political movement known as fascism. I'm the fascist guy. I aligned my country with Nazi Germany during World War II. My leadership saw the invasion of Ethiopia and other aggressive military actions. Yeah, everybody's getting it. What was his first name? Everybody got his first name? Who remembers his first name? I was a dictator of Italy during World War II, known as El Duce. El Duce. Yeah, Benito. That's right. Benito Mussolini was the founder of Italian fascism and the dictator of Italy. His alliance with Nazi Germany and military campaigns contributed to the Axis powers, the Axis powers' efforts during World War II, and ultimately leading to his downfall and execution. Benito. They all get theirs in the end, right? All right, next up, figures from World War II. I was born into Japanese imperial family. I ascended to the throne in the 1920s. My reign saw Japan's expansion into China and Southeast Asia. Not Tojo. No Tojo. I announced my country's surrender at the end of World War II. And I was the Emperor of Japan during World War II. There you go. I see the right answer. Hashimoto's not correct, though. But I do see the correct answer up on the board a couple times. Super Peppy and Alfredo. Who else? Everybody else got it? There you go. Jason's got it. Everybody knows this is Emperor Hirohito. Hirohito was the figurehead of Japan during a period of aggressive military expansion and conflict. His role in Japan's wartime activities and subsequent surrender has been a subject of extensive historical debates. One of those. Hirohito, there he is. How about that? Next up, figures from World War II. I was born in France and pursued a military career. I advocated for armored warfare tactics before World War II. I led the Free French forces from exile. You slept that day in class? Bummer. I delivered broadcasts from London encouraging French resistance against the Nazis. I became the leader of Free France during World War II from exile. No. Oh, I do see the correct answer up there. Although I'm looking for the full name. I need the full name, Super Peppy. Everybody know who this is? He became president of France, of course. That's right. This is Charles de Gaulle. Charles de Gaulle was a French general and statesman who led Free French forces during World War II. His efforts, he was kind of a failure, wasn't he? No, this is later. Anyway. His efforts were crucial in maintaining French resistance and restoring the French Republic after the war. Next up, I was born in Texas and graduated from West Point. I served in various staff roles before World War II. I was appointed Supreme Allied Commander in Europe. Who knows who this is? I planned and led the D-Day invasion. I'm an important guy. And the robots have the painting right on the button, right? Am I right? Yes. Alfredo Stewart. Jason. Super. I became a 5-star general and later the President of the United States. Yes, indeed. I am Dwight D. Eisenhower. And I was a key military leader in World War II, overseeing the successful Allied invasion of Europe. My leadership and strategic acumen were vital in achieving victory against Nazi Germany. And later in life, I was a damn good golfer. He lived down in Palm Springs when I was growing up, and I spent some time down there. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Next up, I was born in Arkansas and pursued a military career, obviously. I served as Chief of Staff of the U.S. Army before World War II. I famously vowed I shall return after leaving the Philippines, after I got my butt kicked out of the Philippines. No, good guess on the patent, but that is incorrect. Incorrect. I accepted Japan's formal surrender on the USS Missouri, and I was the Supreme Allied Commander in the Pacific during World War II. Who am I? There you go. I should not has it. Yes, indeed, this is Douglas MacArthur. Douglas MacArthur was a prominent U.S. general who played a crucial role in the Pacific theater during World War II. His leadership in the liberation of the Philippines and post-war reconstruction of Japan left a lasting impact. Now, there's more history, right? Then he was in Korea and he went too far and got relieved of duty and all that stuff. MacArthur. Okay, next up, we're halfway home on figures of the World War II. I was born into a peasant family in Russia. I rose through the ranks of the Soviet military. I played a key role in defending Moscow and Leningrad. I'm the guy who stood up to those German Nazis. I led the Soviet forces in the Battle of Berlin. So I even got involved at the end. I was a top Soviet general and marshal during World War II. This guy's a little more obscure figure from none of those. You guys are all giving me your best Russian names you know, but those are all incorrect. Who knows who this is? This guy's name was Georgy, his first name, Georgy Zhukov. Georgy Zhukov was one of the Soviet Union's most effective military leaders, instrumental in several major victories against the Nazi Germany. His strategic brilliance and leadership were pivotal in the Soviet war effort. So now you learn something on Quick Bite History. Georgy Zhukov. Remember that. Now you'll know the next one, I think. I was born in London and pursued a military career. I served in World War I also, and rose to prominence in World War II. I commanded Allied ground forces during the Normandy invasion. Yeah, okay. You guys have the correct answer up there. Rob got it first, I think. I was a British field marshal known as Monty. So I think everybody's got it now. That's right. Bernard Montgomery was a leading British commander known for his decisive victories in North Africa and his role in the D-Day invasion. His leadership and tactical skills earned him a prominent place in World War II history. Now, I did tell you, we'd start easy, and then we'd get a little harder, right? So we are into the hard phase. These are influential figures from World War II. Yes, indeed, that was Bernard Montgomery, otherwise known as Monty. All right, next up. I was born in Germany and joined the military. I earned the nickname Desert Fox for my tactics in North Africa. This is the Desert Fox. This is the guy. That old Desert Fox. I led German forces in North Africa campaign. I was involved in the defense of the Atlantic Wall against the Allied invasion. I was a renowned German field marshal during World War II. I see the correct answer up there. It looks like several of you are getting it. Several of you do know your World War II. Yes, indeed, this is Erwin Desert Fox Rommel. He was one of Nazi Germany's most respected military leaders, known for his strategic prowess in North Africa and his involvement in the defense of Europe. Despite his affiliation with the Nazi regime, he is often remembered for his chivalry and tactical brilliance. This was a good Nazi. This is the good Nazi. Right? The Desert Fox, the good Nazi. All right, very good. You guys mostly got that. Surprised me. All right, next up, this one's a little harder. I was born into a samurai family in Japan. That's interesting. I studied in the United States and advocated for a strong navy. Who remembers who this is? I'm the one who planned the attack on Pearl Harbor. So there you go. I'm the guy. I'm the baddie. I'm the guy. I led the Japanese Navy in several key battles in the Pacific. Who knows? Not correct. I should do not. It's not that. There you go. Alfredo on the board. I was a Japanese admiral during World War II. I led the Japanese Navy in several key battles. I am Ishiroku Yamamoto. That's hard to say that all at once. Ishiroku Yamamoto was a key figure in Japan's naval strategy during World War II. His leadership and planning were instrumental in Japan's early successes, but his death marked a turning point in the Pacific War. There you go. Next up. I was born in Texas again and pursued a naval career. I served as the Chief of Bureau of Navigation during World War II. That sounds bureaucratic. I was appointed Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. Pacific Fleet. This is the guy. I led U.S. naval forces to victory at the Battle of Midway. Who is the head U.S. guy at the Battle of Midway? Anybody know? Those are good guesses. Halsey's good guess. Doolittle, great guess. Good guess. Wrong. I led U.S. naval forces to victory at Midway, and I was a key U.S. admiral in the Pacific Theater during World War II. Name another guy. What's the name of one of the aircraft carriers that's always been down in San Diego? Who remembers? This is the biggest commander during World War II in the Navy. This is Chester Nimitz. There you go, Rob and Marco. You guys got it. I played a crucial role in the Pacific Theater, leading the U.S. naval forces to several critical victories. Anyway, there you go. All right, back to some Nazis. Let's do some Nazis. I was born in Germany and initially pursued an agricultural career. I joined the Nazi Party and quickly rose through the ranks. I oversaw the internal security of Nazi Germany. I was responsible for the organization of the Holocaust. I'm a baddie. I'm the baddest of the baddies. Should say that, right? I was the head of the SS and the Gestapo during World War II. Everybody got it? I see the correct answer up there. Rhombus. This is indeed Heinrich Himmler. Heinrich Himmler was one of the most powerful and notorious figures in Nazi Germany. Responsible for many of the regime's atrocities, his leadership of the SS and Gestapo made him a central figure in the Holocaust. One of the baddest of the baddies. Heinrich Himmler. There you go. There he is. Heinrich Himmler. All right, we got about 5 left here, guys. Here we go. 5 more of the evening. Let's do another Nazi. I was a World War I flying ace and war hero. I became a leading member of the Nazi Party. I founded the Gestapo and later commanded the Luftwaffe. The Luftwaffe. Love to say that word. I was appointed Hitler's deputy and designated successor. This is the guy who was going to take over for Hitler. Who remembers who this is? Commanded the Luftwaffe. I was a key Nazi leader and commander of the German Air Force. You guys got it. I see the right answer up there. No. Rotator. I should do not. Hermann Göring was a prominent leader in Nazi Germany, known for his role in establishing the Gestapo and commanding the Luftwaffe. His influence and power within the Nazi regime made him one of the most significant figures. All right, that rounds up our Nazi parade of famous Nazis. That was fun. But we still have a few more figures from World War II. I was born in Missouri and worked as a farmer and a businessman. I served as a U.S. Senator before becoming the Vice President. Who am I? I made the decision to use atomic bombs on Japan. I'm the guy. My fault. Blame me. I oversaw the end of World War II and the beginning of the Cold War. Good thing and a bad thing. Harriet Truman. It's not Harriet Truman, but close. Good answer. I became the President of the United States after Franklin D. Roosevelt. And the robots have painted me rather well tonight, I would say. What would you guys say? Yes, good painting. This indeed is Harry S. Truman. Harry S. Truman played a crucial role in the final stages of World War II and the early years of the Cold War. His decision to use atomic weapons on Japan remains one of the most controversial and consequential decisions in military history. All right, 3 more. I was born in a peasant family in China. Not Russia, China. I led a communist revolution in my country. I organized guerrilla warfare against Japanese invaders. I emerged as a leader of the Chinese Communist Party. I became the founding father of the People's Republic of China during World War II. Who knows? Hey, I see the right answer all over the board. Yes, indeed, this is Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong was a key figure in the Chinese Communist Revolution and played a significant role in the fight against Japanese occupation. His leadership during and after World War II shaped the future of China. This indeed is the Mao guy. Mao. There he is. Mao. Mao Zedong. Okay, we have 2 more for the evening, folks. Hang in there. Let's see who can get the last 2. I was born in California and pursued a military career. I competed in modern pentathlon in the 1912 Olympics. How about that? I led troops in North Africa and Europe during World War II. I was known for my aggressive tactics and flamboyant personality. I was a famous U.S. general nicknamed Old Blood and Guts. There it is. Right, Rob's got the answer. Thank you for that humor, John. Getting late. That's a good one. Yes, I see the correct answer up there. This indeed is George S. Patton. Patton was one of the most dynamic and effective American generals of World War II. His leadership and aggressive tactics were instrumental in the success of Allied forces in both North Africa and in Europe. So there you go. All right, the last one's going to be kind of hard. So let's see who can get the final one of the evening. Now remember, the category is influential figures from World War II. I was born in London and showed early signs of mathematical genius. I developed a theoretical model of computation, now known as the Turing machine. I worked at Bletchley Park during World War II. There you go, Rob. I played a crucial role in breaking the Enigma code. I am considered the father of modern computer science. Sounds like an important guy to me. Yes, indeed. Rob has it. Yes, indeed. This is a gentleman named Alan Turing. Alan Turing's contributions to cryptography and computer science were pivotal in the Allied war effort. His work at Bletchley Park significantly shortened the war and laid the foundation for the modern computing. We made it. Thank all you guys for hanging in there tonight and doing all those with me. As the people in the beginning know, we've been doing this via Starlink and a EcoFlow battery because we're still without power here in upstate South Carolina. We had quite an interesting hurricane experience. The center of the storm went only 13 miles from our home here, and so that made us have a rather large wind event and lose some trees. Anyway, I don't know if was anybody else have experience in the hurricane or flooding event that's in the room tonight. Anyway, it was no fun, and we still don't have power, and not having power for a week is challenging. But thanks to Elon, we do have Starlink, and fortunately I have a little Honda generator. And I have something called an EcoFlow battery that actually plug all my computers and my stuff into so I can keep running. And I can even watch TV if I really want to. But yeah, we're upstate South Carolina here. I'm near Walhalla, South Carolina, if you want to know. And yeah, it was a windy time. We had a lot of rain first, and then the wind came. And of course, then the trees are susceptible. And I don't know how many power poles they lost, but it's in the range of 1,000 power poles just in our power service district. So they're taking quite some time to get it back up. But yeah, Starlink is the key. Yeah, you had some trouble, Jason. Mom's tree. Yeah, I feel for you. It was pretty scary. It was interesting. It had just gotten light in the morning during the peak time for us of the storm. If you were in Georgia, I'm sure it was during the dark of the night. That probably would have been even scarier. And then it just kept going north, and obviously rained a little bit in North Carolina. Yes, the Kayla, thank you. The chickens were fine. The chickens were good. They were fine. The chickens were in a little bit of danger from perhaps pines or pine branches falling on their run or their coop, but that did not happen. And I had secured the run good enough that it withstood the wind. So the chickens are fine. They were probably a little freaked out. They still aren't laying too many eggs, and I don't think they like the sound of the generator. either. So yeah, yeah, yeah. The hurricane. Oh, tailwinds through Indiana, even. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was a crazy, kind of a crazy storm, right? First of all, how did they know it was coming for sure when there was, no formation just like 3 days before, and then somehow they knew it was coming right up through. It was amazing. And then it didn't follow the course it was supposed to. It was supposed to go a little more west and then end up more over Tennessee and stuff. And it didn't. It veered a little right and actually went, the worst of it actually went right over the city of Greenville, South Carolina, after obviously going through Florida and Georgia as well. But as far as us in South Carolina, and they still have power out throughout Greenville as well. Yes. Well, I feel like we were lucky, to be honest. So I'm good. And the biggest trees that could have fallen on the house didn't. And so now I feel more confident because that was the largest storm in 100 years. So we should be good. The trees should be good for a while. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yeah, Asheville. Asheville is only about a 50-minute drive from my house. Of course, you can't get there now, probably, right? And we've stayed in that Biltmore Village that got so flooded, that area. We've stayed in that hotel down there and gone out shopping in the restaurants and things before, and obviously that's in bad shape now in Asheville. For any of you that know Asheville, the town kind of, it sits both up on the hill, the downtown part, but then it has development throughout all the valleys, and all the valleys flooded, obviously. So all that development down in the valleys is in trouble. Oh yeah, I saw that chemical plant fire. We had driven right by there on actually Wednesday afternoon, last Wednesday, so a week ago. We had driven through that town on Highway 20. We were actually coming home from being down at the beach at Destin, which we left early. Even though Destin would have been on the good side of the storm, we saw that the storm might come up through our house, so we didn't want to not be home for the hurricane. So we actually drove home for the hurricane, and we drove right through there, right through that place on Highway 20, right near Atlanta, just before Atlanta. What's the name of the town? Conroy or something like that. Anyway, yeah, that looked bad, that fire. Oh my gosh, something else. Something else. Anyway, okay, well, I think I will call it an evening. I do appreciate, again, everybody coming out and spending so much time with me. And we'll be definitely doing this again next Wednesday. And we do it every Wednesday at 7:30. So come on back out and enjoy the game. And check out my channel. Go to my channel, Quick Bite History. I got all kinds of videos up there. There's lots of games. I got quizzes and more of these games. So if you like this game at all, there's a bunch of videos up there that are fun. So visit my channel, and I'll see you next week. Okay.